having an echo in the background. So before we introduce our guests, I'm just gonna check and see if something else is running. 1 second. Audio. Okay. G Mone'a in the house. You know, guys, this is what we do. You know, I can sing. Said so Saturdays with G Mone'a. That's how I do. And then sometimes I gotta be an engineer. I gotta fake it until I make it. But hey, this is G Mone'a, Saturday, April 9th. How you guys doing? Listen, I got I got the triple threat. It's still a little echo, but it's okay. But I got the triple threat to my right. Troy and Lisa Tribble.
What's up? Hi,
everyone. Look, guys, I told you guys, listen, I'm so excited because leading up to this very day, I've known my sister Lisa since 2011. Am I right? Matter of fact, I met her November 2011.
No, 2001.
Oh Lord Jesus, I tried to take 10 years away. Listen, 2001, November 2001, she started, and we met in 2001. We've been sisters ever since. Not a listen, no argument, no nothing. And I'm excited because her rib is right next to me. My brother Troy Tribble.
What's going on, y'all?
Guys, look, yeah, they about to bless you. They about to bless your soul. So listen, I need you guys to listen. I need you guys to get any and everyone on, because we're going to share some valuable information. A lot has went down since COVID. A lot of married couples. We got folks that were married prior to COVID and they divorced now.
Because they don't spend too much time together.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
So let me just say, I know y'all folks out there. Listen, tell your pastors to tune out. Tell your granny to tune out. Well, some of y'all grannies, they might be freaky, so your granny might want to tune in for this one. My wife is touching my knees.
Yeah, that's all right. Let the Lord have his way. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that Michelle Obama trying to be indiscreet, trying to do like this. Oh, I'm just wiping my brows. Let me just wipe my brows, but then you giving him a cue. Let him have his way.
We're going to get into the real, y'all.
Listen, guys, look. Let me tell you what attracted me to my sister before we get started. You know, I don't have, I used to say I have a new friend, but now I don't call it friend, because the last three letters in friend is in. And so she's my accountability partner. So what attracted me to her, Lisa's always been authentic. She's straight. She shoots straight from the hip. And it's like we were married. We just got married up. That attracts me to her. You know, I'm very overprotected of my sister. You understand what I'm saying? Now that I have my sister, I don't need no one else. So I'm not taking I no longer take applications for any more female friends. And that's just being real. So that's what attracted me to her. I love her just that much. And listen, I'm not only love Lisa. I love this brother right here he's just y'all about to find out. So I'm about to get on into this.
So listen, say it ain't so Saturday audience. I just want y'all to know, I don't think my sister really loves me, because what y'all can't see is that I'm sitting in front of her fireplace. And you know, Georgia kind of went back to being a little bit cold, so they turned on the fireplace. It's a wood burning fireplace. So they turned on the fireplace, and the hot dogs on the back of my neck, they done bubbled up. So I got a whole ballpark bun. I got a whole ballpark bun and hot dogs on the back of my head that y'all can't see. And it's sweating. So
I'm gonna have to get Benson. Could you please go get some Neosporin? Could you go get some Neosporin for his back of his neck?
I need some.
Listen, cause he get it kind of, but ain't he sharp though? Look at this! 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 Official like a referee with a whistle. Man, man, it's official. He is sharp. And look, she compliment too. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, they are first. Listen, this is the first family. The first family of Snellville. Man, it's the first family of Snellville. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, y'all about to get blessed.
The Snellvillians.
Yeah, the Snellvillians. Listen, Troy and Lisa. They're gonna share. Listen, the art of staying in love when you're going through. That's what they're gonna share. And listen, they're not gonna tell you what you want to hear. That's the reason why I love them so much. They're going to be brutally honest. And those are the type of people you want in your space. You want people that are going to be brutally honest with you because they truly, genuinely care. And that's the triple threat. Listen, y'all like that word, don't you? Triple threat. Listen, my brother came up with that name. I didn't come up with it. He came up with it. That's just how he is. He just rolls off his tongue. So listen, Troy. I want you guys to share with YouTube, Facebook, like, share, subscribe to. How y'all met?
Oh man, you want to tell the story? So we met on POF, plenty of fish. So the funny thing is, like after we met, Lisa said, well, I had the premium version of Plenty of Fish, and I had the trial version. And it's like a 30-day trial. So I was on like day 29 and 3/4.
Like this.
I was on day 29 and 3/4. And the crazy thing was I had her profile saved in my favorites. For quite a while. I had her profile saved in my favorites.
I didn't even know that.
I did. I had it saved in my favorites. And I was super intimidated by her profile. Like she had pictures up in the gym. She was working out. She was super fit. I had gained a ton of weight, right? So I wasn't really feeling, I wasn't feeling my best self. But I had been out on a bunch of dates and it didn't really work out. And I said, you know what, let me hit this sister up. And one of the things that really attracted me most about her profile was that her ideal first date was a 5-mile walk in the park. And, we talked on the app, I don't know, probably for a couple of weeks texting, right? She was being a real bougie ass. I'm gonna try and keep it. I'm gonna try and keep it PG for y'all, but I'm just letting you know some things might slip out. She was being real bougie on the app because I had asked her for a number and she was like, "Oh no, it's too soon, whatever," and I was like, "Fucking bitch." But I hung in there, and she had been traveling for work, and we had some really great conversation, and eventually she gave me her number. I think maybe you were even coming back from like Costco or something.
It was Kroger.
Oh, she was
at Hartsfield.
She was in the airport. She gave me a number, and I like called immediately like a thirsty ninja. Like I was like, and we had a fantastic conversation. And I think probably the next day we set up our date. We met at a coffee shop first date because I'm super cheap on the first date. Like I'm not
like this.
Super cheap. So we met at a coffee shop, and unbeknownst to me, she didn't drink coffee.
That's right.
And they only had coffee. They didn't even have tea at this particular coffee shop. We met at the Urban Grind in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so the guy said, well, only tea I have is
Chai tea.
Chai tea. He said, I never drink that. I said, what the? But I'm going to tell you, though, I was, people talk about there's no such thing as love at first sight. But I was absolutely in love at first sight. And I'm going to let you tell the rest of the story.
Yes, please. I love it.
So while we're sitting there and having a full-blown conversation, and I think it was about 2 hours in, we're sitting in the same area, and we're talking about our kids. And before I knew it, he had busted into a full-on ugly cry, talking about his son. And he is in the military. And he was just telling me how much he admires his son, and his son is like his best friend. And I was like, well, my kids are my best friends too, but I don't feel like crying. So, you know, I was like, this might not go well. You know, he's a crier. But after we left there, I wanted to jump on the phone and call him and continue the conversation. Like, it doesn't take a lot to wow. It shouldn't take a lot to wow a female if they're interested and they're not looking for a $500 first date. They don't want the best restaurants. It's as simple as having a conversation that costs $5.95. If a woman wants anything more than that, or it is expecting something more than that, then you might need to think twice. So after the date, I didn't tell my mom about him because, you know, us island women, you know, like, you know, how many kids does he have? How many times he been married? How long he been married? Why is he not married? Why is he divorced? So I waited because I needed to see what this was going to look like for me. And I needed to see if this was going to be what I wanted. Because we were both married previously. And that relationship taught me a lot of things. And I needed to see if this was going to be like an old relationship or was it going to be something that I was praying for. And we just fit together like a puzzle. Like he was my yang I was his yin. The kids adored both of us in the beginning.
In the beginning,
It
yeah.
changed in the beginning.
They can't stand us now. They got to be adults. Why you married?
Yeah.
She ain't my mama.
Now that they older, they think they can do without us, but you know, it was like a fairy tale. It was my fairy tale. And Troy would always tell you have to kiss a lot of frogs to get to that prince. And we sometimes don't want to do that, but he was worth the wait. He was worth going through so many different, I won't say relationships, but just dating different people that didn't pan out to be much of anything. But his entrance into my life was at the right time. Like God was not going to give me somebody that wasn't going to love me like I love them. He was not going to rob me anymore of that. So I'm like to think that Troy loves me just as much or even more sometimes because he holds my purse for me. He lets me be corny. He will tell me, no, don't wear that. I know how you feel about your arms. That does not compliment your arms. Like he cares what happens to me mentally. Because I tell him all the time, like I tell you, Regina, let me get to you before somebody else cuts you down.
Yes.
Let me fix you how I know you would like to be presented before someone else picks you apart. And that's what he does for me. All the time.
Wow. Listen, guys, this is rich. This is rich. I got so excited. I didn't even, before we go. My production assistant, Caparee, you know, she's sitting off to the side right now. She's sitting off to the side, you know, but she's my production assistant. She's giggling. Listen, she's giggling because she's like, this. They really getting me going. And my husband Vince, he in the background, you know, he giving me that look like them beacons in the church. He giving me that look like them beacons in the church. Girl, you better go ahead and give me some reverence.
You call me cheap.
Well, I didn't say it like that. I didn't say you was cheap, but the first date was. Well, I'm sorry.
Where was the first date at?
No, it wasn't the first date. The initial date was at the Lennox. This was at the Lennox. The first date.
The Lennox was with me. But where was the actual first date?
Raised on the river.
Raised on the river. How much money did I spend on Raised on the River?
I
So,
don't remember.
Did you
Over
give it up?
$200.
Did you give it up on the first date? Is what I want to know. Hold on, deacons, bishops,
I plead the fifth.
reverends, and pastors.
I'm like, look, I'm wilding out. Like Nick Candy say, I plead the fifth. Because folks saying, Lord Jesus.
But did you take Christian on?
I took on the first initial date. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Their first actual sea date.
The first date was like your date, was a meet, and we had we
Yeah.
had water and a drink. No,
It wasn't a drink.
yeah, no,
It was just
soda.
water. It was just water.
It was just water.
So it was way cheaper than $5.95. I just want to let you know.
Vince,
Okay?
it's
okay.
I want y'all to know y'all can't see Mr. Reed, but I want y'all to know.
Because he's my production engineer on this.
I'm not even mad because here's the thing I'm gonna say. A lot of times, and I've listened to a lot of different talk shows and podcasts, and people talk about first dates, and there's some people who say, "Oh, if you can't afford the date, don't do it. If you can't afford to take a woman out, don't do it." But here's the reality: single brothers and single women. A man can easily rack up a check dating in 1 week. Why should we go out on $100 first date? And $100 is not a lot of money, right? It's not a lot of money, but for some people, it is. To only find out that I don't like you and you don't like me. Right? So we're talking about $100, $150, $200, $300. Why should I spend that kind of money only to find out that we are not compatible? Why can't we have an initial meet and greet, coffee, tea, gelato, right? To really have a get to know each other conversation, because kind of initially you're texting, you might be talking on the phone, but that initial meeting, that physical, right? There might be something about the way you smell, the way you look, the way you walk, whatever it is, right? That I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that. She might be like, oh, he got cricket legs. Like I don't like that, right? He's shorter than what I really thought. And the reality is, for some women, dating is a hobby, right? Dating is a way of life. And again, I'm not saying anything about any women out here, but I've got a lot of single friends and they talk about dating. A man can easily rack up a check taking different women out on dates each night of the week. And for some women, it's just like it's a free meal, it's going out. So I always propose to my single friends, listen, do an initial meet and greet. And it doesn't even have to be alcoholic drinks, right? If there's a hobby that she likes that's inexpensive, right? If he is a contractor, right? I've got friends that are contractors. Listen, why can't your first date be at Home Depot or Lowe's? Right? If she is, if she has something that she likes, if she's an artist, why can't, your first date, if the first date be at Michael's, picking out paints and patterns and different, right? So I look at it completely different. And to me, when you take that thought process into the initial first date, when you take it into relationships, to me, it changes the whole dynamic of how the future of that relationship looks. Because to me, now we're having a conversation, right? I get to ask you questions about what it is that you like and what it is that you do. So, we've been together since 2016. We've been married since 2018. And to this day, I'm still in awe about what it is that she does at work, right? To me, she's a big deal at work.
Oh, she's a big deal.
Yeah, she's a big deal.
She's a big deal.
I don't know if I can say this, but, my wife talks to very important people, right? I won't say who those people are, but she talks to very important people, at Fortune 5 companies.
Yes.
Right? And for her, it's nothing, but I'm still in awe about what it is that she does. I still have questions about what it is that she does. And to me, that's That's critical when it comes to relationships.
Mhm.
That communication, just still being interested in what it is that your spouse does
Mhm.
on a regular basis. It, you know, it can be easy to dismiss, and it's like, oh, it's work. I don't want to hear about that shit.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I don't know. It's always interesting to me.
Guys, he should be a therapist, huh?
No.
Listen. You know, and my husband, I let him know. He takes care of. Look. This is Victor Watch. You know, got a lot of nuggets in it. Got a lot of got a carrot. I ain't say carrot. Let you eat. I'm telling you, got a lot of carrot that. So he takes care of me. But it's interesting because their first date was at a coffee shop. So, but we initially, our first date, my son Christian accompanied me on our first date, seeing each other face to face. So it's pretty much like an interview. So that's what you're saying. Like it was just the interview.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Meet and greet interview. And he was just checking me out. And I'm drinking my water. He's checking me out, and I'm checking him out. And I can feel his body language. I could feel that he was interested just by his body language, because he had that Chuck E. Cheese smile. It was just a Chuck E. Cheese smile, and he tried to stay conservative, you know. And then Christian, when we left, Christian said, "Mom, he's a really cool guy." And did you see the piece on his hip? And that's the question he asked. He said, "Did you see the piece on his hip?" I said, "What piece?" So I'm looking at what piece on his hip. He said, "Mommy, he carries a weapon." He said, "But he speaks well, and he was really into." He said, "But what really got me was he was carrying a conversation with me, your son."
Absolutely.
And that's what. And so there's some correlation between how we met initially and how Troy and Lisa met, guys. And listen, guys, the wedding was breathtaking. I want you guys to briefly talk about how you proposed. What? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So I want you to talk about how you proposed. I mean, what it was like, and leading up into this fairy tale moment. Yeah, I did it.
Go ahead.
Well, I think your viewers will start reaching out to you and saying, you know, she can get counseling. So my husband is a gun enthusiast.
Uh-huh.
And he knows I am very shy.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about that we were going to take it to the next step, and what type of wedding I would like to do. And so the night he proposed, our two youngest, so our girls are the youngest, and they knew what he was getting ready to do, but I didn't. I still had on the clothes from work. Came home, the house was kind of like in darkness, but you could hear the girls giggling like the whole entire time. And they asked me to come into the living room, and they know that when we come home, the house should be in order. No dishes in the sink, the carpet should be vacuumed, everything. But they are like, you know, nudging each other and off to the side, and I was like, what are they trying to ask us? Because I don't have any money to give them. And Troy comes out from wherever he is, and then in the corner of my eye, I could see Jordan. She was holding her phone like she was recording, but they're always on their phone.
Correct.
Right? So I'm in the living room, and he gets down on one knee, ring in one hand, and a gun in the other. And he said, just say yes. And I said, okay.
There was no round in the chamber. I just want to be clear.
Papa's magazine.
It was full. Hold on. I keep a full magazine, but there was no round. The safety was on, but there wasn't one in the chamber. But you know, you got to be ready in case somebody comes to the door.
So they're videotaping it, and after he's finished, and I say yes. I told the girls, I said, don't you put that on social media. I said, they are going to drag me on social media. Do not, whatever you do not post that. Jesus. That
I love that moment.
So it was a pistol proposal. It was a pistol proposal.
Listen, guys, I saw the video. And I was at work because Lisa and I work together, and yes, she is. Her husband will tell you she's the executive account manager, and she's the reason why our pharmacy sales guys makes the money they make, and it's crazy. She's the mastermind. That's how she is. She's just important like that. So we work together, and she shows me, and she's like, I said, oh Lisa, she tells me about it. She said, but you gotta see the video. I saw the video and I hollered. And I forgot. I'm like, oh, we were on. I said, I could just only see that. I said, I know. I said, Morgan, God rest his soul. Morgan, they going to call me in the office. Lord Jesus, Lord. But when I saw the video, it was so, I've never seen that before. So I knew that Lisa was going to be in for an adventure.
Ride of my life.
Yeah.
And so the wedding.
So, 50 plus people traveled with us to St. Thomas. So it was like a 7-night, 8-day cruise. We hit a bunch of islands. We left out of Orlando. We had 2 15-passenger vans that we drove down. We had a cargo van just to carry the luggage. And we left from here too. We left from your house. And listen, shout out to Vince Reed, who kind of put our logistics together.
Yes.
Because your husband was responsible for the logistics.
He has the patience of Job.
Yeah, he do. He was responsible for our logistics, but we traveled. We got married in St. Thomas, so we got off the ship. We got everybody on safaris in St. Thomas. We got married at Megan's Bay, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Water was calm. It was blue. We had a fantastic time. Shout out to my best man, Justin Smith, who is absolutely insane.
Yes, he is.
And Vince was our photographer. He took, your husband took amazing pictures.
Yes, he did.
For the wedding, and we had a fantastic time. We partied. We had a great time.
Yes, we did.
You were in the wedding party, so we just had a really, really good time. And it was just amazing. Like I talk about it all the time to people, and it's funny because we were on the phone with my best man the other night, a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about, like I was going through pictures that he took, like with his phone, that I had never seen from the wedding.
Really?
I had never seen them from the wedding. Yeah. So it was just an amazing time, being, just kind of surrounded by friends and family, having people travel with us and embrace us and love us and encourage us, right? And, there were people, on there who had been, married a lot longer, who were able to just, share advice with us about being married, although we had both previously been married. I think you were married 17 years before. I was married like 15 years before that, right? But just, going into it, knowing, what we knew before, and I make the joke that our first marriages were practice. So if our previous spouses are watching, no, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Listen,
It's a joke.
I love it. I love it because he's a comedian. Guys, he's a comedian. I'm talking about stand-up comedian.
But here's what I really want to say. I want to say thank you to our previous spouses for getting us ready for each other.
Absolutely. They set us up for success.
Is that a drag too? I don't know.
Listen, I told y'all. Listen, guys. Oh my God.
No, but listen. Here's the reality. I got married when I was 22. You were how old when you got married?
Young.
She's young. Because Lisa's older than me. She's my old lady. And no, but it really just kind of prepared us for
Can you say only by a year? Like, can you clear that up?
She's my old lady only by a year.
My husband is laughing. Now my husband is the production engineer, so his responsibility is making sure everything's running. Because my Chris Adams, my nephew, he's in Texas. He hits the switches. So I know he probably get just giggling himself. So my husband is just really laughing his butt off. He's trying to compose himself. So Detroit,
It's, I'm a, you know, it's. I mean,
I love it.
it's been good. It has absolutely, you know, been amazing, and I think we have an amazing, you know, relationship. It's just like any marriage, though, right? It has its challenges, right? It has its ups and downs, and I love to say that we have more ups, you know,
Yeah.
way more ups,
Yeah.
you know, than we have downs. But I think the biggest thing is communication. Is what we talk about everything. You know, even when it's uncomfortable, we laugh, right? Even when it is uncomfortable, you know, we literally, and I'm gonna tell you, one of the best times that I think that we spend together is in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the shower, because you know we've got a big shower, right? And you know, we get to shower together, and it is just
Comedy.
it is
It's
a comedy
comedy.
because she's shaving her head, right? I'm shaving my legs.
Oh,
You know, she turns around, I shave her back, and but we literally have a conversation in the shower.
Yes.
In the shower.
Okay.
I don't know, it just works. Man.
Yeah.
It just works. And I think it works because the shower is big too. Is it not?
Yes, yes, it is. They have a beautiful home in Snellville, guys.
No, not like this hole we sitting in right now, though. Nah, I'm gonna tell you something about this. So y'all can. All right, we not gonna do that. I'm gonna save that for another episode.
This is a married. This is the married couples.
I'm
Those that are looking to get married, preparing to get married, and those that are single and trying to find someone. And so these gems that Triple Threat has been dropping so far. And we have what like I mean, when you have a great conversation, time goes by so fast.
It does. Well, we're gonna save your home for lifestyles that are niggas and famous.
I just.
You know you shouldn't have brought me. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh. Listen, for people that know
Watch the edit.
Triple Threat, for people that know Triple Threat, they already knew they was gonna be in for entertainment. So this is considered a treat. So when you're having a down moment, you need to go on YouTube, listen, and just watch this show. No, you cannot get their personal phone number. Okay, we don't need stalkers.
I give it to you on my OnlyFans though. I chat on OnlyFans.
You do
$200 for 10 minutes. Single white ladies.
It is, you know, it's okay. It's so for some of you that wear your feelings on your sleeve.
Don't.
It's okay. Okay, he's not talking to you directly. So
What else you got?
Yeah, you know, so it's okay. So listen. So people listen. Let me tell you something. So you talked about communication because there are lots since COVID. COVID hit us at the top of 2020, and there are couples that just used to have a system. You know, they go to work, come home. Sometimes one spouse is in the bed, the other spouse, and they've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
So COVID hit, and now you have spouses that were married, no longer married.
Yeah.
So have you guys experienced any challenges as husband and wife during COVID? And if you have experienced a challenge, what was the challenge? And just give advice to our viewers.
So I not only love my husband, I like my husband. And if I could stay in his presence 100% of the time, I would. So the only challenge that I could say that we had two challenges.
Okay.
The first one, he was working from the home as well. So it was just basically finding where we need to reside. So I took upstairs, he took downstairs. We both couldn't be on a call at the same time because I could repeat what he said to his customer, to my customer. So that was the only challenge.
Okay.
But the second issue that I found was when we were working outside of the home. When I got home, I was able to mow the lawn. and not have anybody tell me that I shouldn't be outside but because we both were at the house, he would not allow me to go outside to cut the grass. When I wanted to cut the grass, at least it's too hot. We got on too many pieces of clothing. So he didn't allow me to do what I like to do. And I know he was only looking out for me, but I used to be able to cut the grass before he got home. Done. There's nothing you can say. It's already done. But I genuinely like my husband. And when you think about people not getting along that have been married 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and y'all are breaking up because you seeing that person too much or they're in your space, that's what I married him, because I wanted him to be in my space and I wanted to be in his space. So when you heard of the divorce rate going up, the first thing you think of is it has to be infidelity. Like that has to be the reason why people are getting divorced, not because I'm seeing you too much, or I'm tired of being in a house with you, or it's a pandemic, I just need to get out. Or I couldn't understand that 100%. And I guess because I married the person that I wanted to be with.
That's it.
This was not a gunshot wedding. You know, I wasn't pregnant and he was forced to marry. It wasn't anything like that. We wanted to be together. So going through the pandemic just made us even closer. And the way he made sure that I was okay, being that I have lupus, he's like, where's your mask? No, you can't come over to the house. You're getting too close to my wife. Like those things. Did you wipe down the car? Kids, you can't bring anybody over to the house. You got to go to them. Everybody in the house had to be vaccinated. Like it just was, he stepped it up. He thought of things that I didn't even think of. But I just didn't understand, why would people want to be divorced because they were stuck? What if you were stuck on an island together? What would have happened? Would you all have killed each other? It didn't make sense to me.
And cigars and bourbon saved our marriage too.
Cigars and bourbon.
Cigars and bourbon. I smoked a lot of cigars in the beginning of the pandemic, and I drank a lot. You know, shout out to my AA counselor. Just kidding.
You making me out to be a liar.
A little bit. No, but I mean, but it really. No, I did. I smoked a lot of cigars. But, you know, the thing about Lisa is, like, there is no, she's not one of those, she's not a nag, right? So she's not one of those people that be like, oh, you know, you smoke too many cigars, or, you know, you drink too much, or, you know, you got too many side chicks. Like, that's not the kind of person she is, right? So that went over a lot of people's heads. We don't. No, but it was. But she is. You know, she embraces. You know what I do, right? And it's, for me, it is. You know, we also didn't have to do everything together. I'm a firm believer that, you know, spouses need. You see what she did? She moved. Moved my drink. You touched my drink again. No, this means high five. That means high five. That doesn't mean she's gonna get slapped.
All right, Andy Madball.
High five. No, but it is. It is unique because she's like, in the beginning of the marriage, right? I said, listen, I might go out 2 or 3 times a week. That was understood in the beginning of our relationship. I probably don't even average that in a month, right? But Lisa is like, oh, you going to the cigar lounge, or right? I kept kind of some of my usual habits in the beginning of, you know, the pandemic. And it, to me, it just felt good. Like, she was like, all right, I'll see you later. Right? Try not to let the garage door catch me after 3:30. Like, that is my
3:30 what?
3:30 a.m.
3:30 a.m.
a.m.
For some of you insecure folks.
Yeah, I do not let the garage door catch me after 3:30 a.m. Unless I'm out with one of my brothers. And if Lisa knows I'm out with him, it could be a long night, right, / morning. But she knows, right? She knows. But even then, even when I'm with him, I'm just like, yo. And he'd be like, come on, bro. We just getting started. But I'm,
we're gonna say Lisa don't mind.
Yeah. But he'll also call her. Like he'll pick up the phone and he'll call her. He'll be like, is it okay that we gotta be home? Yeah, and I know Lisa's like, I know you had that nigga call here. I know you had him call here so you can stay out with them hoes. But it's just we had Lisa did a lot of yard work also during the pandemic. I think that was the other thing. We spent a lot of time in the yard. I mean, we built a fire pit.
Very nice.
It started out kind of initially small, but I forgot my middle school math in diameter. So it was supposed to be like a 9-foot fire pit, but I forgot, the center of a diameter to the outside versus the circumference. So it ended up being like an 18-foot like fire pit in diameter. And
throw a body down in there.
But yeah.
Laid it right out.
Yeah, and but we had a good time. I mean, we did a lot of gardening. We did a lot of work. We put in, we built the shed and put that in the house, in the backyard.
And I will, before you even finish that, I will say in our relationship, which it could be in any relationship, there is not his responsibility and it's not my responsibility. He will do the laundry. I will take out the trash. Like, oh, am I lying? So he will do the laundry with a little supervision.
I don't want him smacking me. Got it.
A little supervision. I'm very particular about my clothes, but there is no one role. We do it all. We do it.
So y'all that double Dutch couple.
Absolutely.
You just go and sing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the double Dutch couple. Not only triple threat, double Dutch. Yeah. Listen, guys, we got to bring them back. Listen, we have to, because there's so much. There's sowing. See, this is what this show is all about. It's about sowing seed. This is not for entertainment purposes, even though you're being entertained, but this is about sowing. And so what they're doing, and they do it effortlessly.
Yeah, I think, the other thing we did a lot of, we binge watch a lot of stuff on TV. And we just sit in the bed and we just watched a lot of different things. It's like, it's just time to catch up. It's just time to relax. I think, being in the kitchen together, although this didn't happen during the pandemic, my mother-in-law lives with us, and my mother-in-law did the majority of the cooking. And she can put it down. And, Lisa kind of did like this quarterly cooking, right? Lisa would cook.
Tell them why.
Because my mother-in-law does.
No.
She did all the cooking.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, because I'll let you tell it.
Okay.
So I told Troy had this list of 99 things he was looking for in a wife.
Okay.
And number 1 was cooking.
Okay.
And one of the 99 things. Okay. And I told him, I said, I was married for so long to someone that I felt did not appreciate all the things that I did. And I used to send him on his way with a pork chop sandwich. Like, he worked in that industry where he had to take his lunch, right? And I said, you know what? I'm not cooking anymore. I said, my kids are getting older. If they're going to microwave anything, they're self-sufficient. And I told Troy, I said, one of the things that I hope is not a deal breaker for you, but if it is, we might as well stop talking right now. I said, but I don't cook. And I'm not going to start. And I explained to him why. I just wasn't that girl, she don't cook. It's not that I couldn't cook. It's just, this was a choice of mine. And it just so happened that, and he's a chef. Why would I even want to cook? And then he he studied it in
Mhm.
what, New York?
Mhm.
No, why would I even want to do that? But it came to a point where I wanted to cook for my husband, and we started the keto thing. And we're giving mom a rest.
Yeah.
Like,
And
she knows.
She cooks every day.
Yeah,
It shocked me, y'all. She went from Vienna sausage, 'cause you know.
So let me just hold on. You want to tell it? So my wife's favorite meal is ramen noodles and sauteed Vienna sausages and spaghetti sauce.
No.
I'm offended
Yes.
and appalled that,
Yes, Vance.
that I married such a woman.
Yeah, that's what she used. Because listen, I've known her since 2001,
Right.
and our children, the D and Christian, they're older than Greg Brady, because he's so intelligent. I call him Greg Brady because but he's intelligent and handsome, looks just like his mama. But that's what she was. I would come to work and she was like, oh yeah, my kids they're eating the Vienna sausage and ramen noodles. I said, girl, you mean to tell me they ain't called defects on you yet? I said, that'd be that. I said, my kids will bury me in the background, in the backyard.
But
it's so good.
But
I didn't know that.
She can cook.
She can throw
down in the kitchen.
I
had to start cooking for the right person.
Yeah.
But her mom, Mama Mo, I love Mama Mo Ray, because you see how Lisa is. Her mama, she comes directly from her mama, and her mama is just straight direct. But her mama can throw down like none other. So
and she's even baking. She's even baking.
So I haven't had an opportunity to taste it. So I haven't had an opportunity. So I can't wait. So he's asked me, can we have?
Did she get me saying?
I don't know, but I think you need to keep move on to something else. You need to move on to something else. You want some more chicken sandwiches?
No, I want that. So listen, I know we talk about relationships. Listen, for all of y'all out there who have not had Regina Reed's red velvet cake, I have said this to her on a number of occasions. You need to sell out. You need to sell that hoe in, listen, Whole Foods, Fresh Market, Lidl, Walmart, Publix, Kroger's.
This is it.
Listen.
Oh, this is it.
Listen.
Pizza cake.
He gonna add that. Add that to your
Listen,
list.
I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all have not had her red velvet cake, y'all need to get it. You need to get.
He's not trying to sell y'all. Because he's a very bad. Listen. This brother can cook.
I can't bake though, but I can
throw down cook.
But that cake, listen, it's moist, it's dense, it's kind of got like that. A good red velvet cake has got like that kind of that deep maroon red kind of marbling a little bit with the pink, and then it's got like the pockets where it's like moist and dense, and it's got the buttermilk.
Are you hungry?
I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying that. Listen, her red velvet cake is crack, my ninja. It is.
He said, my ninja.
It is.
Y'all done adopted that, my ninja.
It is crack. I'm just saying.
And I make it for them anytime,
And the cream cheese icing from scratch. The cream cheese icing. Listen, that cream cheese icing is so good you want to put it on a nipple. No, a bottle nipple, not like a nipple. I mean, you could.
Can I get a pail? Vincent, can you give me a pail, please? Caparine, my sister Caparine, she's trying to keep. I gotta pick people. I need a pail.
Now look, you and Vince been married. Hold on, let's talk about you and Vince been married a long time. How long y'all been married?
Vincent, how long we been married? You better answer fast.
You ain't never.
You better answer fast, Vincent Nathaniel.
You never put the cream cheese icing on his peach deal.
No, I put the cream cheese icing at the top of his head, like the dome of his head. No, I ain't never. Guys,
she lying.
Guys,
she is keeping it for the church.
I plead the fifth again, Mr. Reed, because he's so conservative. So Mr. Reed's so conservative because I say things, and he's like, I can't believe she said that. I really can't believe she said that.
I just want to know we have traveled with the Reeds on it. We have traveled.
Yes, they have travel.
So, and we've got a cruise coming up.
We got a cruise coming up in October.
So your husband said when he texted us, he said, call the travel agent and tell them.
Troy, how much time we have?
Tell the travel agent Fed that you want a room next to ours. And I specifically we called. Yes. I said, Fed, do not put us in the room
Baby, look at me.
next to theirs.
Yeah.
I said his wife is a freak and she be bumping his head against the headboard. I do not want to hear that. So we are way down at the other industry. We are in the after. We are not.
Yeah, put me out like that. Oh, that should have just been between Calvary, Charles,
so Vince got a little knot.
I know.
Vince got a little knot. He got a knot on the back of his head because his head be on. I'm sorry.
You have to
I
lie. It's okay. Cause we married. We ain't committing no sins.
No, we not. So
it's okay. Cause we have revival. We do have revival. Mr. Reed and I have revival.
You have to let your audience know he is a real stand-up comedian.
He's a real stand-up. Yes, I told you guys. He did his first stand-up.
I'm an amateur.
No. Okay, he's so modest. He's just so. But he did his first stand-up, and so we were so excited because normally, when your first stand-up, you kind of nervous. But this guy came out. They had him as the coming. Look, he was like the last leg. Look, he was like the last leg when you do a 440 relay. They hit like the best for last, and I was not surprised. And so when he came out with a glass in his hand. Mr. Reed, am I right? He came out with a glass in his hand, and listen, and before you know it, he is rolling out like that. Man, I'm telling you, y'all have that on video.
Somewhere.
Please say y'all had it. Okay, I need for you guys to find that.
You're not playing that on your no.
I'll find you some play.
Okay, for those of you all that really, because you Troy Tribble, Tribble, Lisa Tribble on Facebook. Message them. I guarantee you're gonna have to wear a Depends. You're gonna have to put a Depends on, because this man, he had us go. Boy, it was funny. You would have thought he had been doing comedy for years. Am I right, Mr. Reed? You would have thought he'd been doing, and it was his first show, and he did a Babe Ruth. He did a Babe Ruth. Damn. So guys, look, this is a triple threat. They triple. That the knowledge that they share, and you can tell is genuine. It ain't rehearsed. I'm like, some people like, okay, you want to write this? You don't see no index cards on the table. You see it. Look at it, y'all. Look at it. This is what you see. Look at it. This is what you see. This is what you see on the table. You understand what I'm saying? No cards, nothing write down, rehearsed. You understand what I'm saying? They coming back very soon.
So we got a few minutes. I just want to say this. The biggest key to, I think, our relationship has been premarital counseling.
Absolutely.
And postmarital counseling.
Yes.
I highly recommend it to anyone who, even if you think your relationship is amazing, even if you think your relationship is perfect, get premarital counseling.
Yes.
And get marital counseling. It is a tune-up of the marriage.
Okay. Yes.
Keeps the marriage healthy.
Wow.
Yeah, keeps the marriage healthy.
Everything
you go to the gym,
said.
right? To keep your body healthy. You take your car to the mechanic. Keep your car healthy. We buy Louis bags. We buy all these different clothes so that we look good. It keeps the marriage looking good, smelling good, and feeling good.
Wow. He has a PhD. He's a PhD. You know what I'm saying? This is who he is. Guys, look. This is the triple threat. Troy and Lisa Tribble. I'm telling you guys, you got to watch this again to take some nuggets in. This is just look. This is just the intro. They coming back. G Mone'a. They coming back. I want to thank you guys for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and I was so excited, but you sold a lot of valuable information, and this is what we need, and that's what God is pleased with. It's not about you guys. You can tell it. You can feel it in your spirit. You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
So I really commend you. I thank you so much. I'm grateful
Thank you.
because you guys sold not only into the viewers' lives, but you sold into G Monea's lives. Okay. Listen, guys. Next week we have Dr. Minister Angelita McCants. She will be on the show next Saturday, guys. We're going to. It's going to be another Pentecostal experience. Okay, that's what we're gonna have on the show. Is there anything else y'all want to just say? You want to say, Lisa? 1 minute.
I would just like to thank G Mone'a for having us on. When it comes to talking about something that we love, which is each other, it's easy. I apologize for the flavorness of my husband.
I don't know why you apologize, but it's okay.
This is him on a daily basis.
Yes, it is.
But this is what keeps us young.
Yes, it does. Well, men, 30 seconds.
Yeah. Listen, travel with your spouse.
Oh,
Yes.
Like, travel with your partner, have a good time, laugh, love,
And respect.
Yes,
respect each
and
other,
respect. Yes, that's it. That's
And,
it.
you know, and here's the biggest thing I'm gonna say: never go to bed angry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
never go to bed angry.
I like this.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, I love my brother and sister. They all that. You know what I'm saying? They too legit to quit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me to doing the running man and stuff like that. But yeah, we about to be out. We got to go because we're gonna go back and eat some more chicken salad. I made some homemade chicken salad, y'all. So we're gonna come back. They're gonna come back on the show. More information forthcoming. Again, this is G Mone'a. Listen, thanks again. Like, share, subscribe. Okay? So, information. I love you guys. Thanks to my nephew, Chris Adam X. Thank you, Chris. I love you. You guys will see you soon. We're out.
Peace.
Bye.
Now that's what I call sowing. Enough of growing. I know you enjoyed yourself. So come back again next week for some more.
It ain't so Saturday.